Today I'm going to tell you if you should daily drive a Porsche 911. This is what I learned after using a 20-year-old 911 as a daily driver for about a year, and it isn't all rainbows and unicorns. Normally when talking about Porsche sports cars, gas mileage wouldn't even enter the conversation. But when you have to put premium gas into your 911 and some US states have gas going over $5 a gallon, when you daily drive it, it kind of becomes a factor. And for all of my California friends, don't worry, I'm not even going to bother telling you how much gas currently is in Florida. Now the 911 is more about miles per gallon than miles per gallon. However, for a sports car, it isn't too bad. When I would check how many miles per gallon I got for my commute, it was getting about 23 miles per gallon. My commute was largely freeway miles, but if you have more stop and go driving, the mileage can drop to about 15 miles per gallon. The Porsche 911 has great traction coming out of a corner thanks to its rear engine layout. All of this traction does mean you'll need to replace the rear tires more often than other cars. And good quality tires aren't cheap. Well, but then nothing's cheap these days. If you're easy on the gas pedal, then you may be able to stretch the rear tires to about 15,000 miles between replacements. But tire replacement at about 10,000 miles isn't uncommon. And when the light turns green and nobody's in front of you, the temptation to give it the beans becomes unbearable. Now, if you daily drive a used Porsche 911, then you can expect a bit of needed maintenance. Unfortunately, oftentimes the most expensive Porsche is a cheap Porsche. In my case, other than routine maintenance, during the time I daily drove my 911, I had the water pump start to go out. I do most of my maintenance myself, so in parts, it was only a couple of $100s to get the needed supplies, and I completed the work over a weekend. Other than that, over the course of a year, there was no other non-routine maintenance needed. Now, if you aren't mechanically inclined, expect to pay a small fortune in labor for a good shop that knows the 911 well. But then you can't take it with you, so you might as well give some to a good mechanic.
Hello, I like money.
Sometimes with a daily driver, you need to carry more than one passenger. The 911 having back seats gives you that option. Of course, any adult forced to sit back there must be someone that you have a vendetta against.
Remember the 5th of November.
But it does work well for hauling children, and when you don't need additional passengers, the seats fold down, allowing for more storage. And storage is important in a daily driver. Sports cars will normally have little to no trunk space, but the 911, especially non-all-wheel drive models, have quite a bit of space in the frunk. You can easily get a full-size suitcase and a carry-on in that frunk. For a daily driver, the transmission choice is going to be key. I've daily driven a manual Porsche Boxster and 944, and as long as your commute is not all stop and go traffic, it isn't bad. But if you commute to a major city with areas of slow traffic, manual is going to make your leg go numb. Depending on the year of the 911, the Tiptronic or PDK transmission will be better for the commute. They still offer some extra fun with manual shifting mode, but in stop and go traffic, you can let the car shift for you. If you get the right transmission and budget correctly for a few items that cost a bit more than an Econo box, your daily drive can be a lot more fun when the road opens up in a Porsche 911. The thing is that Porsche isn't telling you everything about the 911 Cayman and Boxster. So check out this video to find out what you need to know.